Dinopithecus was one of the most intimidating primates to ever walk the ancient African landscape, and for early humans like Homo erectus, it was a creature that could inspire real fear. Imagine wandering the open savannas over 1,000,000 years ago, stone tools in hand, and no fire yet, your tribe small and vulnerable. Suddenly, echoing across the tall grass, you hear the deep, thunderous bark of a giant baboon. Out steps Dinopithecus, a primate larger, stronger, and more aggressive than anything alive today. In this video, we'll explore the discovery, appearance, evolution, behavior, and life history of this terrifying giant, and why it became one of the greatest threats to early humans. Dinopithecus was first identified from fossils in South African cave systems like Starkofken and Makapanskat, regions rich with both primates and early human remains. In 1937, paleontologist Robert Broom named the species Dinopithecus ingenus, meaning terrible ape. The fossils, huge jaws, massive canines, and thick limb bones, immediately suggested something monstrous. These weren't the remains of a normal primate. They belonged to a giant capable of overpowering predators and even challenging early human groups. Physically, Dinopithecus was a brute, standing nearly 5 feet tall and weighing between 200 and 260 pounds. It was built like a hyper-muscular baboon. Its jaws were powerful, its skull thick, and its canine teeth were larger and more robust than those of baboons alive today. This was a primate designed for intimidation and violence. Homo erectus, slender, lightly built, and often without real weapons, could have faced a creature nearly equal to them in height, but vastly superior in raw strength. A single Dinopithecus was dangerous. A group of them would have been a nightmare. Evolutionarily, Dinopithecus was part of the baboon lineage during a time when Africa's landscape was shifting towards open grasslands. As predators became faster and more numerous and competition for food increased, some baboons evolved towards greater size and power. Dinopithecus represents this evolutionary path at its extreme, an animal built to dominate its environment. While Homo erectus was developing better stone tools and slowly learning how to survive cooperatively, Dinopithecus evolved a very different strategy: brute force, intimidation, and overwhelming troop behavior. These different paths brought these species into constant competition, each fighting for food, territory, and safety. Dinopithecus was probably very similar to modern baboons. They likely lived in large, tightly organized troops that could contain 50 to 100 individuals. Such a troop moving across the savanna would have been a terrifying sight for early humans. Dinopithecus was omnivorous, opportunistic, and aggressive. It likely hunted small animals, overwhelmed weaker prey, and frequently stole kills from predators, even including early humans. Their social structure would have been ruled by dominant males capable of inflicting lethal damage with their enormous canines. For Homo erectus, even accidentally getting too close to a troop could be fatal. A lone hominin separated from their group would have stood little chance against a charging male Dinopithecus. And fossil evidence shows that early humans were indeed prey to several large primates and predators of that area. The life history of Dinopithecus was similar to that of other large primates. Infants clung to their mothers, young males fought constantly to learn their place, and adults enforced social dominance through violent displays. A lifespan of 20 to 30 years meant they were long-term residents of their territories, learning every waterhole, shelter, and migration route. For early humans living alongside them, this meant Dinopithecus troops were predictable but unavoidable hazards, powerful neighbors that could not be reasoned with or intimidated. To Homo erectus, Dinopithecus was as frightening as any big cat or hyena, in many ways more dangerous because they shared similar intelligence, similar diets, and competed for similar resources. Dinopithecus was not a gentle giant of the past, but a towering, aggressive baboon that dominated the African plains and posed a significant threat to early humans. Its physical power, coordinated social behavior, and fearless aggression made it a creature that Homo erectus learned to avoid at all costs. For our early ancestors, Dinopithecus was not just another animal. It was a daily source of fear, a rival, and a reminder that survival required constant vigilance. Thanks for watching. Let me know what prehistoric animals I should showcase next.